Hey everybody, it's Sean from Retro Reminiscence. I hope you got your bubble wrap handy because you're about to watch a brand new slaptastic video from my girl, JLove81.
Hear about this one.
I'm not here. I'm taking photos. These lovely ladies.
All right, good morning, y'all lovely, beautiful peeps. How is everybody doing today? This is Southeast Game Exchange 2021, baby.
Yeah.
I am super excited because I am among greatness right here. These are my sisters from another mister. My name is ZapCristal, and I'm just going to let everybody introduce themselves. So my name is ZapCristal. I do a mesh of the best, retro and modern. You name it. We do speed runs, challenges, reviews, convention coverage, whatever you throw on me, I cover it. So yeah, and I'm going to pass it over here. You introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. So I'm Gamer Ahmer. I mostly do a lot of collection videos on my channel. I show off some pretty awesome pickups that I find, like store displays. I actually picked up something really cool today, earlier at the convention, so that will definitely be on my channel as well. I do a little bit of everything, retro, modern, just anything and everything. That's what I love, so I appreciate you guys stopping by.
Amazing. All right, Jen, take it from here.
And the exotic just walked in. I see you. I see you.
Sneaking in the back.
I see you sneaking in the
Yeah.
back.
All right. What's up, guys? I'm JLove81. How's everybody doing tonight? Well, today. It's early. Listen, I'm a little bit hungover, just a little bit, but I'm feeling good.
Whose fault is that?
It's mine. But, yeah, this is my third time at Southeast Game Exchange. We were supposed to be here last year. We all know what happened. So it's fantastic to be back. You know, we're going back into normalcy. So to see everybody, I'm really excited to be here again. This is one of my favorite conventions. You guys know how we do it. And my channel, those of you that don't watch me, I do pickups, I do unboxings, I do conventions, you know, discussions, and anything retro, whether it's toys, whether it's games, movies, anything, I talk about it. So that's pretty much it. Let's go, Liz.
I am Laci from Do You Nerd. I'm one half of Do You Nerd.
Yeah.
The shorter half.
That's right.
Basically, we cover conventions, trade shows, basically any event. We love to go cover them and make awareness for them. We also do unboxings. We do basically just anything nerdy that we like. If we like it, we nerd it. That's our thing.
Yes.
So, and I'm usually with him, so when I'm by myself, I'm a little bit less. Whoa. So this is very weird for me. I'm not used to being by myself.
You know, yeah.
Here, someone else take them.
All right.
All right, guys, so today's panel is Women in Retro Gaming, so we're going to be discussing some important topics. And then at the end, we're going to be covering our Q&A section, so if you have any questions you want to ask us at the very end, we'll gladly take them. So, Jen, you want to start the topic from here?
Absolutely. All right, guys. So pretty much, you know, the name of the panel is Women in Retro Gaming. We do play Mega Dance 29 in the house. No Death Run King.
Yeah, that's my king run over there.
What's up, guys? What's going on? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. So the reason why we have this topic, we don't really see ourselves as just women in gaming. We see ourselves as gamers, okay? That's how we identify. The problem is a lot of people kind of categorize us. People feel like, you know, women get special perks. We've heard it all. You have subs because you're a female. You know, that may be true. You know, not in all cases, but we don't do it for the attention. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a hobby. It's for fun. We just want to play games, show our collection like everybody else. So that's how we are. I cannot speak for all women. I cannot do that. I'm going to speak from our behalf. how we roll, how we do our channels. And you know, like I said, there are women that do get special treatment, but we're not trying to get that attention. You do not see us, you know, flaunting anything. We just want to play just like everybody else. Some people will get trolls out there that say, you know, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, you're not as good as the next person. We get that all the time. You know, you're just copying your husband or your spouse or whoever. We've heard it all. And that's not the case, but I understand why people think that. You don't see too many women in the community that put themselves out there and do YouTube and play video games. I've been playing video games since I was 5 years old. There was no YouTube back then. You know, it was Nintendo. And that's what started off with me. And it's something that I always loved. Once I played the NES, I did not grow up with an Atari. I'm actually dabbling in that now. But once I played that NES, it took me to a magical place, and I've been addicted ever since. I have every single Nintendo console. Genesis, I started getting into a couple years back because I didn't grow up with it. I have an appreciation for video games. I have appreciation for collecting. So no matter what we're here to say to you guys, if you're a female, and do not be afraid. You know, show what you love. Play games. Don't listen to the trolls. Ignore it. I tell people many times, do not give them that attention. That is what they want. We had things said about us. Every one of us. Mean things. And it's just like, dude, we don't have time for this. You know, we have lives outside of the YouTube community. We're here for fun. I'm not going to engage. You know, that makes me just as ignorant. So I just keep rolling with the punches and doing what I got to do as if they're not there. That's how we do it here. And that's pretty much how I'm just speaking on our behalf. Anybody else want to add to that? Yeah. I'm like talking up the mic. Good. Because I'm passionate.
I can add to it, honestly.
Go, girl.
It's a good topic.
Go, girl.
So, once again, I'm Zach. And so just a clear insight, just like J Love mentioned here, I've been gaming since I was 5 years old, too. And like I explained to everyone, it's not something I started as an adult. Like, I grew up in a family of hardcore gamers. You know, my dad is a Sony fan. My mom has always been a Nintendo gamer girl, like I call her, because she still is young at heart. And I also have my brother. And I think just the enchantment of having good family quality time. You know, it's all about the memories and what you build together as a family. And my family has had this tradition that what we're passionate about, we pass it down to our children. And my family did a great job. You know, they're passionate about gaming, they're passionate about the history. And my dad was the type of person that he was like, suck it up, Buttercup, you better get good at it, because I ain't giving you a
free pass.
You better earn it, you know. So I had to get good at it. And I think that one of the main pressures of being a female content creator is that the standards are high. You know, you got to they set the bars too high for us, and mainly because they see us as ignorant people, you know, or sometimes they'll watch our videos and say, let me see how much knowledge she has about this system. Oh, she mentioned the wrong company. I'm not watching any more of that video. It's what we got to deal with every single day. Or like, for example, right now here I have my handsome husband, Mr. Rightway, right here.
Yeah.
And it's hard because we're both passionate gamers. He's a collector. I'm into gaming as a reviewer. I do investigative journalism. And constantly I'd be getting trolls or comments of, well, you just have in your background your husband's collection. You're not truly a collector. You're too pretty to be an influencer. Are you truly a gamer? It's trolls like that all the time. Yeah. So it's just learning how to shake it off and focus on your goals. I'm not saying that I'm a Wonder Woman. I've had times where I've broken down and I've teared up because it is hard. It's not like you want to deal with negative comments like that. But I think at the end of the day, if you're a female, listen up. No one should tell you how to dress, how to act, how to talk, how to behave. That is you. You are unique. That is your identity. If you're pretty, show it off. There ain't nothing wrong about that. Because at the end of the day, you're passionate about a hobby and you're a voice. So let your voice be heard. And I am working hard to represent my people from color. I am Puerto Rican. I'm proud of being Puerto Rican. I'm not gonna hide that. And I'm just gonna go forward with it, you know.
So pretty much much going off of that as well. I mean, I feel like everyone, not just women, but everyone in their life has met someone that has said something negative to them, that's something that they couldn't change about themselves, you know, within 10 seconds. Something that you're born with, something that's exactly who you are. And unfortunately, what a lot of us have noticed is, yes, we are putting ourselves out there on YouTube, but that does not mean that we are asking for people to come in and just negatively attack us. There's several times where, you know, it's like every one of my videos, I have at least one person who comments about weight, about my appearance, and I have several male friends that are YouTubers, and none of their videos get the same attention. So it's like, if you try and, even if I try and address something, like I did the gaming weight loss by playing video games and trying to lose weight, I did pretty well with it right away. A lot of people, they have something to say about it. It's like you try and address one thing that maybe they said, you try and do it in, you know, an informative way, or something that can maybe potentially help someone else, not just, you know, yourself, but maybe other people who are going through the same exact thing. And it's like people just want to tear you down. So what I always recommend is you never want to, you know, give that attention to them. That's exactly what, you know, people want. And it's not just with YouTube or gaming, it's just like a life thing. There's always going to be someone out there, whether it's at your job or just out on the street, someone that's going to say something. And that's what I love about this community here. I've met so many great people. This is my very first gaming convention that I've ever been to. And like, here I am, like I met so many great people out here, and I love it. I'm so glad that everyone invited me here to just, you know, be a part of this, because we've all been through the same exact stuff. We go through all of this stuff every single day, and it doesn't matter, you know, we all may be a little different, but we all get the same hate, and it's just crazy. We should be coming together, not separating, not, you know, going apart. We need to be together in this community. We're all here for this gaming convention. Like, we should all be together. Like, this is, you know, it's crazy. It's 2021. We just fought through one of like the worst years. So I mean, we should all be here together. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I do want to add, and I'll pass it down to you. And Jen, you know what I'm going to talk about. It's amazing sometimes the impact you make upon the audience and upon the people that like watch our videos every day, because you don't know who you are touching, you know? Like, I sometimes think I'm not making a big impact, and all of a sudden I get people coming up to me and like, oh, you're Zap? Guess what? I was going through depression, and your videos helped me get out of depression. And, or your energy is so contagious, like you just make me smile and just make me happy. And it's surprising, because I'm like, did I do that? Did I really do that? Like, it takes 2 minutes to think about it. I'm like, really? I really didn't think I was making such an impact, to the point that we have a little girl, right, Jen, Melody's Playroom.
Yep, 6 years old.
She's 6 years old, okay? She looks up to us.
Yes, she does.
Okay? She started a YouTube channel. Her dad has been so supportive. And that girl DMs me about she had a cat recently. And she wanted Zap to know that she had a kitty. Okay? And
she is so cute.
She's just so adorable. Yeah. And when I realized that, I'm like, wow, you know, I am modeling what maybe a future female content creator is gonna be, because she's looking up to me, and 10 years from now, she'll be 16 years old, and I don't know what she's gonna do in her career, and I want her to stand up and say, if she did it, if these girls did it, why can't I do it, you know? So I am so proud that if something I'm leaving behind, and I'm like almost tearing up, because
don't start with me.
It's like leaving that legacy for younger generations, yeah. You know, and I'll pass it on to you girls, because I can go along with that.
Yeah, the best feeling is when somebody comes up to you that not everybody comments on your videos. And I know there's people in here that probably don't either. Like, you watch something, you don't have time, right? You don't have time to throw a comment or a like. And then the people don't have accounts to actually leave a comment. There's people that we've seen come up to us and we've never heard of them. And they're like, we watched your video the other day. And it's like, you just like, why? That's awesome. You know, it's like, it's a really good feeling. That's the kind of stuff I like to see. Laci.
I was just gonna say, I think the main thing that I like to concentrate on is just being an example, just a good example. There's no need to, you know, I guess touch on the negative thing. There's no need to be negative. People have enough negativity in their life during the day. So what we do at Do You Nerd is we just try to always have a clean attitude, a positive attitude, because our 15 minutes may give you guys 15 minutes of forgetting about the crappy thing that happened at work today, or the crappy thing that happened, you know, the argument you got with your spouse or your brother or your sister or your mom or your dad. So we just want to just be that face, that smile, that sometimes that's all you need is just a smile. And so, you know, and being a female, I like to try to show other girls that, you know, you can play games too. You don't have to sit there and say, oh, well, I'm supposed to, you know, go do this or go do that. I'm not supposed to play games because, you know, my brother said girls don't play games. Well, we do. And anything is a game. It doesn't have to be on a gaming system. On your phone, on your iPad, you know, just little puzzle games. Anything makes you a gamer, not just Call of Duty or any shooter games or anything like that. Any game you play makes you a gamer. So.
And that's pretty much what I do, the same exact thing. I always follow Do You Nerd's example. It's one of the best examples out there. I promote positivity. People have a lot of negative things to say about that. And I understand why. Some people will say, well, she lives in a bubble. Why? Nobody's ever that happy all the time. No, you're right. I have a real job. I have things that go on like everybody else. We have loss. You know, there's all kinds of stuff. But I'm not going to do a YouTube video on that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to make you feel like crap. I want to make you guys feel happy and enjoy that moment. I want to take you back in time and have that positivity. And that's why I promote it. It's not that I'm always happy. You know, it's just that that's something, if I feel good, I'm going to share it. You know what I mean? And I think that we should all be an example. Not just females, but everybody. Just be a better person in the end, you know? And that's how I live by. I try to be a better person than I was yesterday. I am not perfect. And I will say that. I'm absolutely not. But this is something I love to do. And it's not just gaming. We collect toys. You know? We definitely are toy collectors. Everybody here. Plushies. Anything. Anything that like has that nostalgia for us. Or something that means something to us, you know, with our game rooms and everything. It's a collection that we're proud of, you know. And then there's people that'll say, well, you know, the e-begging community, they get things given to us. Listen, I would never knock somebody for giving me something, but I don't ask for it either. Yeah. So when I do an unboxing video, and I'm going to make this clear, and I might not speak for everybody else, but when I do it, it's to show you my reaction, that I appreciate whatever it is you send me. I don't care if it's a letter, you know. That's why I do it. And you know, that's what it's all about. It's showing appreciation. We're in this together. That's how this community's together. We're here together at this convention. Why is everybody here today? Right? To hang out, see people we haven't seen, and just collect, look around, buy what you want to buy. It's pretty much a family. That's what I feel like. And Southeast Game Exchange has been a family to me for a couple years now. And Steven knows, Caitlin knows, you know, Robin knows. We got the original crew over here, and I'm going to come back every year if I can. You know, I may not be able to, my job may not permit me, but I will do my best to be here. And these ladies right here, we've been the best of friends. We've gotten to know each other, especially more the last few months. You know, we talk on social media, but we also do the Marco Polo, the Voxer, Zoom. So we've had Zoom meetings, and we laugh. You know, we talk about, we're supposed to actually be like, all right, what are we going to talk about? And then we'll just ramble about other stuff. Oh, you know what happened to me at work? Like, it's like a sisterhood. And that's what I appreciate with these ladies, because they have amazing channels. Everybody here, they have an amazing collection. And they're such humble people. You come up to any one of them and they will talk to you like it's nothing, you know? And that's what I love about these ladies. They're like my best of friends. I can't. ZapCristal's gonna get me emotional. Yeah. Get the tissues out. Anybody want to add to that?
You know what? I did want to add to it because we're talking about retro gaming, obviously. I think it's so impressive, I say evolution of how retro gaming started to how we see retro gaming now. it's impressive because like one of the things that I've been trying to do on my channel, and I get a lot of negative comments for it, but I just keep pushing forward, is just breaking stereotypes. You know, YouTube is always known for the wow factor. You know, let me watch the videos of these huge collections because I'm never going to own that game, so at least I could see it through that video, you know. And not that that has anything wrong, you know. But I'm like, well, what about people that do theme collecting? What about people that do subsets? What about people that do toy collecting? What about people that have small collections? Why can't we show it all, you know? And so I decided to step up, and not too long ago I did a video showcasing my collection. My collection is not big, but I'm proud of it. Yep. I'm pretty proud of it because it's what identifies me. And I did it because I wanted to inspire other people of, hey, if you have a small collection and you want to show it off, show it off. It's your collection. It's what makes you unique. No one should judge your collection. Who said what's a perfect collection? You know, yeah. Who said what are the standards of what makes you a true collector? You know, there's no standards, there's no rules for it. So I'm like, let's just break those stereotypes. And I just can't wait to see more videos of people selling, you know, showcasing small collections. Even if it's like a 10 game set, it's your collection.
That's right.
You know, if you're collecting Nintendo Switch games, it's your collection. You know, if you it's like in the 90s, what was people collecting? Stamps, baseball cards,
food
pots, you know.
Oh wait, that's a little older than that.
Vinyl,
60s, 50s.
Movies, vinyl, CDs, it doesn't matter.
A perfect example is like, and you girls can speak because I don't know too much about your collection, but like a part of gaming, I collect VHS. I love VHS. I collect VHS. I have a game set. I collect Miss Pac-Man related stuff because that was the first game that my dad introduced me into gaming. Literally, it's the first game I ever experienced was Miss Pac-Man. And once I played Miss Pac-Man, that made such an impact in my life because I always remember sitting down with my dad and just spending time with him. And I'm never going to forget that because, I mean, his parenthood was so excellent as a dad. You know, he's a musician. Musicians don't have time to be in the house with the family. So what is one thing you can do with your kids? Well, gaming. You know, that was the way he connected with us. And till this day, my dad, you talk to him and he acts like a 5-year-old. Last time, 2 days, remember I told you last week, he called me, he's like, Crystal, I need a PS2. Is there any way you can find me a PS2? I repeat, a PS2. And I'm like, what do you got? Do I own a video game store? So it's just to give you an example, and I'll pass it on to you because I want to know, like, what you guys feel like a part of gaming.
So, kind of going off collecting. So, let's just go back about 6.5, maybe 7 years ago. So when I first started, like I've always played games growing up, but unfortunately growing up, we didn't have, you know, a lot of money back then. So of course, if we got a game system, it would have to be like a later release or for a holiday. That would be like your big gift for Christmas or birthday or whichever holiday that you celebrated. And that's what we would play. We would play it until the system either died or, you know, they came out with several other ones. You trade that in for the next one. And, you know, if you look back like 7 years ago, I only had a couple game systems. I only had a handful of games. I just looked back through my pictures and I was shocked because today, you know, it is like a pride thing. You know, I work a full-time job. None of this was, you know, passed on to me. My family, they don't really game. They don't quite understand it, but they're passionate about other things, and I don't fault them for that. You know, they still like look at my stuff and they're like, wow, you have a lot of stuff. Well, I do. I actually have over 250 different console variants and handheld systems. How many stuff do you have? Yeah. I have over 6,000 games, over 21 kiosks.
Yes, she does.
I just bought another neon sign, a store display, complete in the box today at this convention. I have hundreds of standees, banners, just for the history, just for that. That's the stuff. And everyone that always looks at it immediately they say, that must be your boyfriend's, or that must be your dad's collection, or you must live in your parents' basement.
Yes.
Now, I live in my own basement where my games are. So it's, you know, you can still do this stuff. You can still go out there. I find stuff all the time, just on Facebook Marketplace, out there yard sales, thrifting. I still find games. I know people are saying the prices, you know, are crazy now, but you can still go out there and collect everything. It started with getting a couple systems that I played with when I was younger, and now I collect Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys that I remember, Batman stuff, Mortal Kombat, VHS tapes. I need to buy another house. It's never ending. So, I mean, you can do it. I did it, you know, financially myself. You know, you work hard to support your passion, and you know, you can do that. You just can't let other people get you down, because, you know, it is possible. All it took was about 6.5, 7 years for me, and, you know, I'm here now and still looking.
Hint, hint, she's still looking.
Party at Brandy's house.
9 hours away. Drove it.
Well, to touch on, I guess, the collecting thing, I know that there's a panel at 4 o'clock, by the way, for collecting games. The other half of Junior will be there, and some other great guys. But we like to collect to preserve history, honestly, because things are going streaming like right now. And so we're going to be losing things, because when those servers go down, your game's gone. So that's why I think I collect things. I collect things, like you said, nostalgic reasons, but otherwise to preserve it, because I know that I'm not going to get rid of it or trash it. I'm going to keep it. What happens when I'm gone? I don't care. But the other thing is, you know, we get made fun of for collecting things, or having game collections or toy collections or stuffed animal collections or whatever, but no one makes fun of people for sports collecting stuff. Why is that?
Why?
You know, and we get it even double because we are women. We're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to have, you know, those magazine homes.
Cover girl.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't want that. You can't tell what a person looks like if you go into their house and it just looks like a magazine. You want to walk in and see what their personality is.
Yep.
And, you know, so that's why I think I collect everything I do.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool to see somebody look at the collection and be like, I remember that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. And it brings them back to that special place, and that's pretty much why I started my channel. I've been a Mario fan forever. Yes. And that is because of the NES, all right? 1985, let's go. And seriously, my Mario collection is insane. I collect everything Mario. Just like my buddy here, Luigi. She does everything Luigi, but you know, it's anything like the same with Jay NES Addict. His channel, fantastic, by the way, Nintendo Oddities. Him and I are the same exact age, so when he shows something, I'm like, oh my, I didn't know that was there. I didn't know. Like, I like right away, wish I would have had it as a kid or whatnot, but, you know, that's pretty much why we do what we do. So people do say, well, you're a kid. You're grown up. You know, you're 40 years old. Why are you collecting toys still? Why are you playing video games? It doesn't matter how old you are. It matters how it makes you feel. If you love to collect it, do it. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't care what it is. You know? So yeah, that's pretty much it.
We have time for, I think if anybody has anything to say, otherwise you have questions. Yeah.
You want to do that now?
Yeah, you can. 11:26.
Yeah, I think it's a good point you brought. It's like sometimes we get a lot of comments of, well, that's so childish. Why would I marry someone that just collects games? Well, guess what? Not to flex, but I married a pretty goddamn good damn.
Yeah, right.
I was like, Lord, send me someone that games. And I nailed it. So I'm just saying, like, even when it comes to relationships, just foster, don't hide what you're passionate about. Don't hide your hobbies. You're gonna find the right one if you're searching for it. Don't worry about it, it's coming. But in the meantime, like, just be a voice. Remember that. Be a voice for other people that maybe, because we assume, you know, that everybody's going to open a YouTube channel, going to start something. But not everybody's willing to do it. You know, it takes a lot. Right, Jen, we got to be, like, very courageous to do this.
Yeah.
And
not everybody's comfortable speaking in front of a camera, and that's okay.
Yeah, and And all I'm gonna say before we, jump into Q&A is, we're not perfect, like Jen said. I am not perfect. Like, sometimes my life, I feel like it's a roller coaster. And there's days that I'm like, I'm done, I quit. I'm not doing YouTube anymore. I'm like, screw it. And then I'm like crying an hour after, and I'm like, dude, I gotta make a video for Tuesday. I can't stop. And so I just get over it, But it's because I'm so passionate about it. I don't do it because I want attention. I don't do it because I'm lonely and I need friends or stuff like that. I don't do it for the wrong reasons. I do it because I am so I can't see myself not gaming. I think I'll be that 80-year-old woman.
Yes.
In the news.
With arthritis in the fingers.
Still gaming. She's like, you old girl. And I'm like, what's the A button? Oh, there it is. But yeah, it's just keep doing what you love, represent it with pride, and just let the other stuff slide. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. All right. So, anyways, let's start off with Q&A.
Yeah, and also if anybody wants any, like we at the end of the panel, we have our stickers, we have pins. Yeah. Feel free to grab them, okay, guys? If you want some.
Yeah. So all
right,
take it from there, Jen.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
No.
All right. So we're taking Q&As. Anybody have any questions from any of us?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We don't bite.
First of all, forget the haters. You guys are freaking awesome.
Preach it.
Thank you.
And with that being said, how can I be as awesome as you when I grow up?
That was the best.
That was the best.
Yeah.
How do we not love you for that?
Just be yourself, buddy. That's it. That's all I tell people. That's do what you love, and always remain humble too. Yes. That's the one thing I gotta tell everybody. You know what I'm saying? We're just people like everybody else. We're people, obviously. So, we take it with stride. We love the fact that people come up to us and talk to us. And I'm here to make friends. That's why I started the hobby to begin with. I wanted people, I didn't know there were people out there like me that will remember what I remember and, collect what I collect. It's really tough, especially, like I said, females. You don't see it often. And people are shocked. When they find out, wow, you collect games, you play games, you know who AVGN is? And it's like, well, why not? I want to hear from you. Why would you not think I know about that? Mm-hmm. And then they're just like, well, you know what? Like I said, we've been gaming, all of us. I think we've all been collecting our games since we were kids. This is nothing new. We're blessed that the collection grew and we got to meet each other because of the YouTube community. And the retro game community, I know there's a lot of things that are being said, but I'm proud to be a part of it. I love it. And I think everybody is awesome, no matter what, you know what I'm saying? Even the negative people, I'm gonna show love to them, no matter what. I may not engage, and I may because I kind of avoid negativity a little bit, but I have love for everybody. That's how I am. And that's pretty much what I have to say. So does anybody have any more questions? Steven, what's up, buddy?
Because I recently reached 1,000 subs. What was your reaction when you first hit that milestone?
Oh, wow.
Or,
that was a big deal, I think, for all of us. When we hit that 1K, it's like, wow. Like, there's no way we have 1,000 people watching us. That's how it seemed for me. And I'm like, it actually, I had a party stream to celebrate that. I was so excited. We all know how that ended. Yes, I do. But, Linda definitely does. But yeah, it was really surreal. Hitting 1K was a big deal. I mean, even if we grow a lot further than that, I'll never forget that initial 1K. That was so meaningful. That's when wow, people are actually watching. You know what I mean? Like that was fantastic. How'd you feel?
I was just happy to hit 100.
We got 100 people.
I was like, they're really out there watching?
There's 100 nerdlings out there?
Seriously. But no, when we hit 1,000, I was kind of the same thing. I couldn't believe it. I was like, really? People actually are watching us? What? I don't see why they're watching us over some other people. These people go do this, they go do that. We just sit in our house and show off this toy and show that toy off. But yeah, it was It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think the thing that I was the most excited about with the 100K was that we could, wasn't it, that's when you can start live doing from your phone or something like that. So it's like, hey, now we can do this option. It's kind of like when you're growing up and you're like, oh, I'm 18, so now I can buy this. Now I'm 21, I can buy this. So it's like, oh, we're at 1,000. Now YouTube will let us do this.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah. So I do remember when I hit 1K, it was like the happiest day of my life. I was kind of like Laci. I was like, do I really have 1,000 people that really like watching me? I'm like, that's kind of weird. It was like during Christmas, and it was like overnight. It was exactly the 25th, Christmas Day. And I wake up and I go to my account and I just see like 1,000 notifications coming in. They're like, this person subscribed to you, this person subscribed to you. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And one guy comes up to me and he hits me up in the DMs and he's like, look, we all want to support you. So we just started doing shout outs and letting the whole community know that you're on YouTube. And once you know it, everybody just went and started subscribing to you. And I literally cried because that was my Christmas gift. That was my Christmas gift, hitting 1,000 subscribers. And I was so excited like Laci, because when I hit 1,000, I was like, I got a community tab.
Yes.
I was like, now I can post pictures. I'm so happy about that.
So I was definitely excited as well. So obviously when you first start, you know, you have like immediate family and friends. It's only a few. And then when you actually start branching past that, you're like, wow, this is not family, not friends. People actually showed up to the party. Yep. So you just get, you know, really excited. And at first when I started, you know, I was like terrified. I mean, I talked to people in real life, but the camera is so different. I just didn't think people would want to watch someone like for like more of an educational purpose to show off, because I do have like a lot of older stuff and I may not have been alive when some of this stuff actually came out, but I do appreciate it, and that's why I do collect those store displays and the kiosks and stuff, just because I want to preserve that and I want to show off that stuff. And even if I wasn't alive when some of that stuff came out, like I love it now, like just seeing it. So when I saw those notifications and everything and I actually hit that, I was just shocked. I just couldn't believe it, and it was just really exciting. So, and I mean, as it continues to grow for all of us, I mean, it's crazy. Like I never thought I'd even, you know, be here. I always wanted to go to a gaming convention, and you know, I always wanted to, you know, meet other people on YouTube, and you know, I never thought that stuff would really happen. And you know, here I am.
Here.
I know.
Any other questions? Honestly, like from the bottom of my heart, girls, I can't wait till we hit like 100,000 subscribers, because we're gonna do like the biggest live stream ever. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
So you all have awesome collections, obviously, and like when most people think about collections, collecting, everyone wants to feel like monetary value on it.
Yeah.
But everyone that I've known who's collected has had like one item that maybe it's not worth anything, but it's like that's your thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's your item? Like what's your one thing in your collection where you're like, that's my thing?
Oh, that's such a great question. Jesus, I got so many favorite things. That's hard. Why did you do that? My favorite thing, and it's not even that valuable, is 1994 Flintstone McDonald mugs. It's legit my favorite thing. Like, put a Pepsi in that thing. Dude, that's amazing. That's the best Pepsi ever.
Tastes better. Tastes better.
Oh, it tastes so much better. Those mugs. But yeah, I literally just found it for like $2 at Goodwill. $2, you know what? And because I'm too cheap, I'm not gonna pay more than $2. So
That's Shady J right there.
So I ended up collecting the whole set, and I owned the mugs when I was young, but because we moved so many times, it got lost, and I really wanted them so bad, so it took me like 6 Goodwills to collect them all, and that is like the most precious, valuable item I have in my collection. So yeah, who wants to?
I want to hear this.
So I won't go for something that's very expensive. So I guess the one item that I actually have from my childhood is my Jungle Green Nintendo 64. That's the only game console that I have from when I was a kid. It's the only one that my mom didn't throw out, have at a yard sale for $1 or something. It's the one thing that I have with my Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 game complete in box. I still have it. Everything else was either stolen over the years, lost, sold at a yard sale, or traded to get, you know, whatever new console that ended up disappearing, I guess, as well. So I would probably say that that would be it. That definitely kept the love and the passion for gaming, and it really started me on the hunt for wanting to collect more. And you know, now I have like a worldwide set of Nintendo 64s, the kiosks, the, you know, the signs and everything, a full set of games, which is crazy because the prices are insane now. But you know, that's the one thing that I actually remember from my childhood, playing with family, playing with friends, and it's the only thing that is not gone. So I would probably have to say that one all day long.
That's so cool. All right, Jen,
That's really tough because, like, more or less for me, if anything was given to me, if it was given to me, that's special to me. Not something I bought myself. And one of the biggest things is my very first NES that came with Rob the Robot. I still have it. That came from both my parents, and that's what started me in gaming. So that if I had to lose my collection, that I would save that first. That just means so much to me. So that's what I picked.
I get asked this a lot, and I never can tell. It's hard, right? They're so hard. I mean, it sounds like you're bragging, but it's like there's so many things in the collection that it's like, oh, it's definitely this thing. No, it's this thing. So, I mean, I guess I would have to say, like, toy-wise, one of my favorite things is I have a Silverhawks jet.
Oh, let's go.
That I don't. Do you remember what it's called? I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, but it, like, you push a button and the wings pop out in the back. And I had that as a kid. I bought it at a garage sale. Had no idea what it was. And I was like 6 years old or something. Bought it, played with it like crazy, and then it got lost over the years, or we sold it or something. And actually for our 10th anniversary, Tom found it for me again. Aww. So I have it again. So that would probably be my favorite toy. As far as game stuff goes, my favorite game growing up as a child was Zombies Ate My Neighbor. And so recently, not gaming off the grid, I always do that. Video Games Monthly found a complete in-box Sega Genesis version for me a few years ago and sent it to me. And so that would probably be my favorite thing. So, because that was what I played on was the Genesis. That sounds awesome.
That was a cool unboxing.
That is.
Yeah. I remember that one.
You ever seen that, like the unboxings that make us actually cry?
Yeah.
Because it just takes us back. Dan did that to me. Dan knows. Right. he got me a complete in-box Super Mario 2, and it brought me to that Christmas morning. So when I seen it, oh my goodness, I was just like, it's one of my favorite. I know people hate on Mario 2. Because, you know, we all know the story. But I absolutely love that game. It's one of my favorite Mario games.
It's really like, you got to play as the princess.
Exactly.
It's the first time I could play a female character.
You got Birdo in there. Like, how cooking that game?
I like Shy Guy. I actually like Shy Guy. Yeah. But does anybody else have any other questions?
I'll throw one. Retro community, is essentially a love of history.
Yes.
And one of the things I'm loving is, like, y'all are telling the story that y'all were there from the get-go.
Because we're old.
Like, yeah, well, whatever.
Well, half of us are old. The other half isn't.
I mean, we dye our hair.
Wow, I went somewhere. As we're continuing, the marketing the story, it was a boy toy. The Nintendo was a boy thing.
Yes.
How do we as a community ensure that the real story gets told? Women were there from the get-go.
Oh, absolutely.
How do we tell that story?
Yeah, do you guys remember that when they did the documentary of when Nintendo came out and they were trying to sell it in New York, and you guys all seen that, right? And you've seen like the kids playing in the background, and they're like doing an interview, and there's little girls in there too, like taking turns playing Mario. it's meant for everyone. People categorize, once again, saying gaming is for boys. That is absolutely not true. So that's an excellent point. You know, we just got to keep promoting and showing that, you know, all people play it. It shouldn't be men, women, you know, this color, that color. It's everybody. If you love it, play it, you know?
Yeah, I definitely got to add to that.
Yes.
Yeah, he brought a great subject.
Yes.
This is something we were talking about in the last, remember?
Yes.
During this Zoom meeting. Yeah. So how do we put it? Since the 80s, like Jen says, it's always been categorized. Like girls should play with dolls, boys should play with cars, just to give you an example. And it's always been like that for everything, even for the video game industry. Like commercials were targeted towards the male audience. It was like the boy in the basement at his mom's house, and that is the audience. And if women were introduced in gaming, it was always considered as a, and I'm just gonna say it like that, as a sexual object. You know, it was always sexual. It was used as an advantage in art covers because they knew, well, that's how we get the guys to buy our games. You know, we're just gonna slap a girl here in anime form, you know, with noticeable changes in their body that realistically will never be. And they'll buy the game in no time. And it's just a breaking that stereotype of, well, games are not only meant for men, it's for anyone that just enjoys gaming. So, like she says, Super Mario Bros. 2 has made such a great impact because at such an early phase, because they were so young still. Nintendo was just establishing
going from Mario 1 to that?
Yeah, they were really young in history. It was the first female character introduced. That was a big thing. You know, Miss Pac-Man was the first game intentionally created to target a female audience. You know, it was not meant for men, it was for females. And it was that idea of attracting the female audience in. Birdo is, even if people still have the discussion of, it's a dog.
What is it? Yeah.
What is it? It's a girl. Okay, for me. It's like, it's a first villain. And come at me if y'all have another opinions. But it's like, it's the first villain, and it's just subtle changes. Like, Metroid, who's the main character? Samus. Yeah. Who is it? It's a girl. You know?
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. Badass girl.
Yeah.
I play her as any day.
Yeah.
And you just keep going. And now recent games, there's been more and more females. You know, Horizon Zero Dawn, you know, who's the female? It's a female. You know, you're still gonna get negative comments of guys that are insecure, and I'm not generalizing because there's a lot of great men, but you'll get guys that are like, well, I'm not gonna play that game because the main character is a female. Why would I want to play as a female? Or like the dumb topic from recently, where like, she doesn't have makeup. She looks really ugly. And I'm like, why does it matter? We need to break those stereotypes. So I think that it's amazing that we have more teams. It's not only in video games. We're talking about teams and developers that are females developing games. We're talking about journalism. We're talking about reviewers that are females. We're talking about females that are running conventions. You know, it's amazing the impact that we're seeing nowadays, and I just cannot wait when we break this barrier and we see amazing females winning prizes and taking game awards for games and stuff, because it's going to be such a success. Absolutely. I just cannot wait for that.
It's time for the next panel.
Thank you. All right, anybody last minute questions?
I just want to
Anybody?
say one thing real quick.
Yes.
I think it speaks a lot to how much you guys are viewed, that there are this many men in here listening to what you guys all have to say.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you guys. We appreciate you guys.
Yes,
really.
thank you very, very much for
much.
coming.
Thank y'all so much.
All right, have a good one, guys. We'll see you out there.
Too bone and I need to watch something. She love got a new video, so it's about to be jumping like Mario. My bad, I'm sorry though. She got me glued to the phone, I can't let it go. She got a old school swag, but she still keep it new. And she like Nintendo, and I like them too. Always coming with that good energy. Always promoting positivity. So I'm about to get it poppin' like some bubble wrap. So you better watch your face, cause Jay loves slaps. So excuse me, I can't help myself. If I'm watching J Love, leave me by myself. Cause I'm about to go in on this video. Just like I do when I hit the studio. And if I ever meet her, I'll give her a big hug. Like the song says, I love watching J Love.